Hi guys, welcome back. So guys, in this video we are going to understand about HTML forms. I will be creating this video in two parts. In the first part we will be understanding basics of HTML, and in the second part we will be understanding more things about HTML forms. Okay, now let us understand what we are going to cover in today's video. First of all, we are going to see what is a form in HTML. Then we are going to see some common form input types like text, email, password, etc. Then we will be seeing what are labels and placeholders, and finally we will be seeing actions and methods, okay, while using forms. So guys, let's get started with today's video. But before that, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing, and if you haven't checked this playlist HTML full course yet, make sure to check this too. So guys, let's see how does the form looks like first of all. So guys, this is what we are going to create in today's video. But before that, let's understand what is actually a form, okay, for those who are very new. So forms are used to collect user inputs, okay. You have seen forms basically everywhere. Wherever you go, the login pages, your sign up pages, your contact pages, all are examples of forms only. Like when you go to Facebook or Instagram, the login page that you have, you enter your username, you enter your password. That is type of a form where you are entering your details and you are logging into your account, right? So now we are going to create this. For that, I am going to first of all go to my code editor. I am going to create a new file called as tute13.html, and then I'm going to write the basic boilerplate code. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a h1 which says HTML forms, okay, and then saving it. I'm going to open this file with my live server, and I'm going to open this file side by side so that you can see the changes actually when I'm doing it, okay. And also let me get this file so then we can have a reference that what we are going to build today, okay. Now we have everything set up. Let me make this screen a bit proper. Okay, so see guys, first of all, in order to create a form, we need a tag called as form tag, okay. So see guys, now we have created a form, and now I will be telling you after some time what is the use of this action attribute, okay. But for now, let's create first input entry, okay, which is our username. We are going to create this type of form, username which has email, password, age, okay. So first thing is we will need a tag called as label, and in the label I will write the text as username, okay, and saving it. So you can see the text username is getting displayed, okay. Now in order that the end user will enter the username, I will need a input tag, okay. So I'm creating this one now. So now what end user will do, they will enter their name here, okay, like Rahul or whatever it is. Now there are some important tags that you should know. First thing is placeholder. Now if I write something like this, enter your name, okay, here, and save this file, see it shows it here. Now what is the usage of this placeholder? Placeholder basically tells the end user that what you should enter in this input field, okay. It makes their work easy. It is more understandable for them, okay. Now you might see that there is this for, okay. What is the usage of this for? So I'll show you in this one, okay. Now when I click on this username, you just notice that the input is getting enabled. Same goes with email, password, okay. So basically it is telling that this label is associated or related to this input, right? So if we also want something like that, what we need to do is we need to give some entry in the for. So I can give a name like name in the for, and then in order to relate it with the input, I need to give an ID, okay. And the same name which I have given for, I have to give in the ID section. Now when I will save this, just notice that when I click on username, the input is getting enabled, okay. So guys, we have created our first input, okay, which is for username. Let's now create the second one. Before that, I'll add two line breaks so that whatever we write will come on the next line, okay. Now the next one is for email, okay. So I'm writing email, and then here in the next one I'm going to write input, and this time the type of it I want to keep it as email, okay. And again let me give a placeholder, enter your email, okay, saving it. Now just notice that when I will type an email, okay, this will basically understand that we are this input type is of the type this input is of the type email, okay. Now the same thing we can give here. I can write email, and then ID also I can give it as email, okay. Enter your email, saving it, okay. Now the next thing that we are going to create is a password field, okay. So I can write label password, and then again the input for password, okay. Type I will give this time as password, and name I don't want as of now. I will be telling you the usage of name also, don't worry. So this for an ID should be same, so I'm giving the same. Okay, and then let me copy and paste the placeholder. So this time the placeholder should say enter your password. Saving it, and let me give line breaks also, so that everything comes on the next line and it is visible properly. See guys, now everything is coming. We have 3 inputs already. First one was of type text, second is of type email, and third is of type password. And guys, notice that when I'm trying to type anything in the password field, it is automatically by default hiding it. And that is what the usage of this type, right? When we mention the type as password, it tells that the type, the data that you are entering is of password type. Okay. Okay, let's create one more entry and then we will finally add a submit button. So next entry is going to be for a number entry. So what can be a number? Age can be a number, right? So let me create one more entry for age, and then here I am going to create an input which will be of type number. Okay, saving it, and then let me first of all give the for and IDs. Okay, and ID over here will be this one. When I click on it, it is getting enabled. Now here we can give some more extra, let me give placeholder first of all, which will say age. Some extra things like minimum value of this should be 1 and maximum value of it should be 100. Okay, now what is this minimum and maximum value? So when I click on these drop down kind, not drop down, but these buttons, it will, the maximum value it will take me to will be 100 and the minimum it will take me to will be 1. Okay, in the same way you can set any default. Okay, if I want the maximum and minimum to be 1 to 10, then notice that I will not be allowed to go beyond 10. Okay, so something like that you can create, and this is how you can create a number input field. Okay, now we have created all different types of input fields. Finally we will create a submit button which will basically submit the data that we have entered. Okay, so how can we create a submit button? So if I'll write an input of type submit, it will consider that this is a submit button. Okay, so guys, now you can see we have created a form which has username, email, password, age. Okay, let's see what we have covered so far and what is remaining. See, first of all, we have understood what is a form in HTML. Then we have seen some common form input types like our text type, which is of username, then email, password, age, which is of number, and then submit button. Now we have also seen what is the usage of labels. Basically, if we have to show any text, okay, for our input, we show it via labels. And we also have understood what is the usage of that, because labels basically tells the connection between your input and your text. And then we have also seen the placeholder text. Let us now understand what is this actions and methods. Okay, while we understand actions and methods, we will also cover this name name attribute that we were seeing. See guys, if I put anything in the actions, okay, like my other file, okay, we have created so many files till now, right? So let me put this tutorial 12.html in my this one. Okay, action, I'm saving this, and let me enter some data. Okay, like I'll enter my name, and then I'll enter the email like abc@gmail.com, and then I'll add some password and then some age. Okay, when I click on submit, you just notice that it is redirecting me to that file which I have entered it. Okay, this is the usage of actions basically. Okay, now there is a attribute called as method. Okay, I have written here actions and method, right? So if I'll write the method as get, we have different types of method basically. And what is the types of methods and what is the usage of method here? Okay, so two major types of method that we have is get and post. Basically what happens is that via form we connect front end and back end. Basically the data that you are entering here on the front end will be saved into your back end. So how it will be saved basically is there are different methods for that. So that is only what is get and post. So when I will see, now I have entered my data, let me also enter some password and then submit it. So I have entered this, and now just notice the URL. Okay, so let me go back and let me refresh it. Let me enter some data @gmail.com, entering the password, age, submit. Okay, now if you notice that this is how the URL is looking like, basically the data that we are submitting is getting submitted. Okay, but while we use get, we don't write, we don't submit the data this way. Basically we also provide one additional attribute called as name. Okay, so now the name of this, basically the name of a particular input. So first of all, the username is of type name, so I have given that, and then here email, any name you can give. Okay, basically it should be meaningful. then here the name I can give it as password, and I will show you what it is used for, and name as age. Saving it. Now again I need to make the entries. Okay, so let me make meaningful entry only, and then some password, and then some age. Okay, now when I click on submit, just notice that whatever the data that we have entered in our input or the form is displaying in the URL, and this is only what get method does. Okay, that when you send some data via get method, it goes via URL, whereas in the post it does not goes via URL. So instead of get, if I will use post, you will not see this in the URL. Okay, so basically this is only what is the usage of actions. Actions is basically when you click on the submit button, that another file or whatever the path that you have will get redirected to that, and method is basically for submitting the data. Now we will not dive deep into get and post because these are backend topics and we are covering front end. But guys, I hope now you have understood what is forms basically and different types of forms, and these are only the majorly used forms that you will be using in HTML. So guys, that's all for this video. If you have found it helpful, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video.